guys, and yeah, let's talk about Clawdbot and what that is, and whether it's useful, and what are we using it for in our talent agency, in our luxury pet brand, and whether or not this is something that you want to use for your own business, and like, what does it do? What are the realistic use cases? This is something that I'm going to quickly cover while walking and talking. And yeah, guys, so the first thing that I'd want to say is, I mean, you guys already seen plenty of videos that you could install Clawdbot on like iMac Mini, and I'm sure many of you guys already know what that is. But in case if you don't, it's just a library that you download. It's a toolkit that includes multiple libraries, like Chrome developer library, and it can interact with. It has Playwright, a library that it uses just to interact with different parts of your browser, your file system, and do all sorts of activities on your computer. So is this worth it? And what's the whole hype about? So guys, definitely, if you're not using it, download it, install it, run it on Mac Mini or a Docker container, and see what it could do for you. But basically, you could run it in iMessage or a Telegram chat. It just opens up like a little web UI for you, interface directly on your computer. And it's sort of, I don't know if you guys use N8N, but basically it just like open up a web browser. You could interact with it. You could interact with it through chat, through Telegram chat, WhatsApp, or any other kind of messenger like iMessage, and get it to do stuff for you. Now, if you're not like if you don't have a wipe coder background or any kind of a background in terms of interacting with different types of libraries, it could be maybe something that is not too easily understood, but I can promise you it's fairly simple, even if you don't have much background in any coding expertise. So yeah, like literally guys, if you are building anything relevant to brands, like if you're building a luxury pet brand, you could totally use Clawdbot to do the research for all the marketing angles on subreddits, and basically have it construct powerful Google slides. And once you create those Google slides, you could tell it to update your funnels and go high level. That's what we use it for our talent agency. We have 4 brands that we're running, and one of them is luxury pet brand called Jack Spas. The other one is car detailing brand, basically where we do interior and exterior for cars. And of course we're using it for our talent agency called Freedom Fusion System, and for our American directory as well. Now, how exactly are we using it, and what are the top use cases? So our top use case is effectively, it boils down to something that we've already been doing while developing Freedom Fusion automations for luxury pet moms over 40, where we would create mobile-friendly automations that run on your iPhone with iPhone 17 and Apple Intelligence and all sorts of fun apps that you already have on your phone. And what our automations would do, they would kind of fly like an eagle across your iPhone, and pretty much just guides moms over 40, luxury pet moms over 40, what to say, how to create it just opens up multiple apps like CapCut, TikTok, Threads, social platforms, and just tells moms over 40 exactly what to do. So this way they are not overwhelmed in terms of listening to any TikTok gurus telling them what's hot. And yeah, and they just simply follow what the automations do. We have AI avatars that interface with those moms over 40 and guiding them in a guardrail way, where entire brand context is already placed into those automations. And that reduces any kind of chances for any kind of crazy activities taking place. But that is different from Clawdbot. That is what I just described as Freedom Fusion automations, unique concept, different from anything that you've seen anywhere else, because effectively it's easily used, and you don't really have to worry about all those security things you have to worry about with Clawdbot. And you just use it with the push of a button. You could literally call it like a Siri, say, hey Siri, turn on my Threads Pet Automator or TikTok Pet Automator. We use native ecosystem of Apple, and to tap into like Apple Intelligence, all the fun stuff without necessarily having to pay for any APIs or anything like that. Just uses free apps that you already have. Some of them we're paying money for, of course, like CapCut, but that is something no-brainer you'd want to pay anyway. So we use semi-guided based Freedom Fusion automations, which is a lot more better than fully automated ways, because socials don't react really well to any kind of automatic based API driven actions, and gradually punish you. So you might as well don't use it. Which pretty much means don't use Clawdbot, simply because it's not gonna it's not gonna really give you any value in terms of increasing your marketing chances, because platforms will punish you anyway. So that's case closed. Boom. But can you use it for other little silly things? Absolutely. We are 100% using it for other silly things, because as you've seen, like a snow video that we created, the one that went viral, that was like 4 million views, that kind of stuff. How we're doing that? So guys, what we use is we find the marketing angles of the videos that are working really well. And obviously for our luxury pet brand, that's our bread and butter. We need to find videos that are doing well and then transform them into something that is going to have our brand context in the mix. But the only way it's going to work is if the video is created, is hyper realistic and has all those elements in the mix, like the hook, title, all that kind of stuff, plus the human elements that are very hard to kind of recreate unless you actually did them before. Like, I'll give you an example. Today we created 3 top GMV viral products that are doing well, and we posted that video. Well, if you just post AI-based video with any kind of proofs, without any kind of screenshots of actual accounts from your GMV Max library, when you're creating any kind of TikToks, then people are not going to really pay attention to that. So for that, we need to have combination of different types of workflows that literally produce different types of screenshots from our Kala data accounts and from our actual TikTok accounts, and combining them with Sora 2 generated influencers. But to keep the consistency, sometimes we have to use another tool like Higgsfield with Clean AI and Nano Banana and all that other fun stuff to create that consistency, to make sure that it looks real. And that's when Clawdbot comes in handy in terms of orchestrating all of those steps that allows us to supervise our AI generated content with human-based, more human-generated content, and allows us to quicker rate those results with the use of Clawdbot. And how do we rate those results? The Clawdbot instantiates the workflow where it does all those manipulations of creating content with viral marketing angles based on whatever it is working, and then it pushes it out through A and B testing on social posts like Meta, that kind of stuff. And then we get feedback through A to B testing, what is performing, what is not performing, and then we feed it back to Clawdbot to continue to pick the performing video and revisit that same video again. So this may seem like, wait, I don't understand any of that. Guys, um, the best way you could understand this is to just build a brand, build like your own luxury pet brand, and then sell more, figure out which products to sell. And instantly you're gonna realize that to sell good products, you need to like snipe some of those marketing angles that are working. And to do that, you need to do certain activities. You need to go on Meta and like scroll through Meta to see what are the viral angles, feed that into LLM, and Clawdbot is perfect for that in terms of interacting with scrolling through Meta. It uses in a background Playwright and a bunch of other libraries that I've been already playing around with like 7 months ago, and already kind of created my own mini version of Clawdbot. But I figured I'm just gonna have to wait until the integration of all those libraries become more mature. And then Clawdbot came out, and I already had everything in place because before I was thinking about maybe I should double down on browser use and like build it all out myself, but it just felt like a really hard thing to do while running brands and doing all that. So it just made more sense for me to wait until somebody releases it. And sure enough, they released it, Clawdbot, and we're using it already. And the best way you could think of the usage is this way. Imagine you're building a brand, your pet brand, and you need to find a viral product. And you're gonna need to look at information from many years ago on Google Trends, and also look at the metadata. I mean, like whatever Meta is running, those Meta Facebook style of ads, there's a Meta library that you could look at to see what is performing well. But the thing is, how do you know what is performing well? You need to be looking at whatever is selling, and Clawdbot can do that for you. It can scroll through the Meta library, see what is trending, whether those competitors are, spending any money on any of those ads, and Clawdbot can figure that out, bring that back to you, and effectively you could invoke other types of agentic workflows with swarm of agents and all sorts of other more deterministic workflows, like using N8N or anything like this, or Zapier, to do basic to do basic steps, like after you get the after you get all the info for like who is selling, then you could go ahead and create those different types of marketing angles. So guys, it's not hard. And how cold is it? It's super cold. I do have some gloves, and my wife, she just ordered me, like a really dope clothes, really warm clothes, and I've been testing it out. I wanted to take it out for a test spin to see if it's gonna handle this cold, but my gloves, they're a little, they're a little cold. What can I say? But yeah, you know what? It's funny, guys. I mean, today was just one of those days. But by the way, did you guys watch the new movie called The Walking Dead, the city edition in Manhattan, where they show like all the Walking Dead? And it's dope. I loved it. I like zoomed through all the episodes. Well, not all. I still have some few to catch up with, but I've been watching that. I don't know if you guys been watching that, but man, there's probably going to be some new trends coming out of that. So we're already creating some content out of that. And whenever we see some new trends, that's another use case for Clawdbot. Let's say we saw a Stranger Things trend, and now we need to include like a bunch of CapCut templates inside of the Stranger Things CapCut templates inside of a video before anything starts. Then we obviously use our Freedom Fusion automations to pull this off. Those sort of automations, by the way, they include guardrails and avatars and fully guided approach, semi-guided approach with combination of with an option of having human guidance or AI guidance. But when you start it off, you just press a button and it just tells you like, oh, we're opening up CapCut. we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and it literally just guides you through the whole process. Tells you which template to pick. It asks you to describe the template in your own words. So when you see something like, oh, this is Mike from Stranger Things, then you could literally just describe it with your own words, and it would take that context and it would feed it into Freedom Fusion Automation, into ChatGPT, and it would just it would all run on your iPhone, but without, and like it would literally just tell you, do this, add this hook, click here, click there, and you just follow through, and it just jumps across multiple apps. It's better than it's better than Clawdbot from this perspective, simply because it has guardrails and it's beta tested, meaning we already ran it, we know this works, it goes viral. So you already have it. Think of it as like a shortcut on your iPhone, and you just hit a button and it just literally guides you. We added ASMR elements as well, so it tells you like, yo, psst, sis, let me go ahead and hook you up with this tea, and it like literally interacts with you, so it makes it super human. So like it makes it really look like a funny human interaction, so you get to have fun in the process. And we introduced the collab, one of the collab features inside of Freedom Fusion Automations. So when you become one of our subscribers and get access to them, we basically bake in your brand into those Freedom Fusion Automations. So this way, let's say if you have like a car detailing brand and another Freedom founder happens to have a pet brand, and you run the automation, and let's say you have a pet brand, what would happen is your pet brand would get mixed together with car detailing brand from another Freedom founder, and both of you would be inside of a chat room. You could also, not only you could also pass that to your Clawdbot as well, to jump across multiple accounts, multiple social accounts, and of course, like Threads, it doesn't really have group functionality on a computer. At least I haven't seen it, but that could be another use case for Clawdbot. But the way it works is it mixes your brand. Crisscrossing of brands is done automatically. So this way you could collab inside of those gamified cohorts. Think of it as a chat room on Threads. And the way it works is you post, your automation tells you like what to do, what room to get it, to enter, where to paste your thread, and it copies everything into a clipboard and like literally tells you, go here, go here, go here, and you just do it. And on your iPhone, because socials, they love when you do things manually versus using any APIs, and then you just paste that video that this Freedom Fusion Automation also guides you in creating and constructing based on beta tested viral templates, CapCut templates. And when you use it, you could literally have, when you do this cross-brand promotional style of content between one another, where you blast the video inside of one of those chat rooms, and another Freedom founder goes ahead and requotes you using the same Freedom Fusion Automation, meaning like literally you running automation on your phone, and your buddy is running the same automation on the other phone. Your buddy's automation is configured for your brand and their brand, and your automation is also configured for your buddy's brand and your brand. So it's this bi-directional symmetry that we managed to create. So this way you don't really have to think like, oh my god, how am I going to combine car detailing with pet brand? But that's exactly what creates the virality. We tested that cross brand building, and it blows up like crazy. we managed to get like, we had a TikTok video that was only 86 measly views on TikTok, but on Threads it blew up 40k, actually 44k by now on Threads, for luxury pet brand, and it dragged with it the car detailing brand, and that other thread that had to do with car detailing generated 20k views. So when things like this happen, we retest it, we operationalize it, and we push it out to our subscribers, luxury pet moms over 40 who are part of Jack Spa's ecosystem. And you could get access to it if you guys are interested, and get access to our automations if you wanted to collab and do this. But based on our analysis, you get the biggest engagement when multiple freedom founders are doing this together in a gamified cohort. And we're doing this across multiple socials, and now embedding Clawdbot in the mix to be as like another player who can do that. Now, how is that possible? The best way I could describe to you is take a look at one of my videos that I created where I simulated 4 brands. Like, let's say you don't have multiple brands. Let's say you don't have anybody to collab with. So what I did is simulated 4 brands, meaning, and of course we're actually building those brands, so for me it was kind of no brainer to be doing that anyway. But what I did is I created like multiple Threads accounts and started interacting with my own Threads accounts across 4 different brands, and used this Freedom Fusion automation to provide me marketing angles for what to say, how to say it, so this way the thread goes viral. And the cool part about it, all the knowledge that I already kind of had before from creating beautiful videos, the same videos that got attention of $1 billion company Pepsi, the same content that I was creating before, it still continued to stay true. It still continued to be valid. In simple words, what I discovered is that the skills that you encounter upon going through this journey of building whatever it is that you're building, and for example, let's say if you're developing CapCut editing skills and one day AI evolved, etc., those skills get carried over. So if you developed incredible creative angles and expertise of creating fire-looking videos, but let's say you were questioning yourself, how come like nobody would find those videos, then it's good news for you. You probably didn't unlock the additional skill. That this was the case for me. And when I discovered that that was the case, I was so happy, because all of a sudden I knew that I still carried over this powerful skill of being able to attract billion-dollar companies, but for whatever reason I couldn't attract everyday people. And missing link was because of that positioning, because of that cross-branding, missing link. So yeah, guys, now that you guys understand this, hopefully you're going to be crushing it. Hopefully you're going to be using Clawdbot in combination to interface with those chat rooms, with gamified cohorts. It's going to take a little bit of time for you to kind of get an idea and get like a iMac mini, or if you don't want to use iMac mini, you could just use like one of your old PCs and run a Docker container, or like you could just run it on AWS free instance. But free instance is kind of clunky. Sooner or later you're not going to be able to do a lot of use cases on it, so you just might as well get a iMac mini. And the cool part about iMac mini, you could use iMessage. iMessage is a gazillion times better in terms of engagement. We tested that just by responding to customers across iMessage versus SMS or email. And we discovered that iMessage engagement just like literally outguns any other kind of methods like SMS. And sometimes you see SMS as like a green message, while the blue iMessage is blue message. So blue message is perceived more like it's coming from a friend versus from some spam agency or anything like this. So yeah, guys, this is what we've been using Clawdbot in combination with gamified cohorts. If you guys want to learn more about it, how we're using this across socials and how you could do similar thing for your luxury pet brand, then take a look at Jack Spas. We're doing that for our brand and coming up with multiple marketing angles. It just makes it so much easier. But I'll see you guys next time, and take care.